Hi guys, this is Taylor, and I wish I was having a better reading year. I've been pretty absent this month, which is to say entirely absent, and while working full-time over the summer has definitely contributed to that, I am also just in this weird little reading slump, I guess I'd classify it as, and it's hard to find the motivation to sit down and talk about reading. I once had a reading slump where I didn't give anything over 3 stars for 6 months or something like that. And this is not that. During that really bad reading slump, I also wasn't doing great numbers-wise. So I wasn't reading a lot to begin with. So it sort of makes sense that I was having less chances to read a book that really resonated with me. But like I said, that situation is very different from what's going on here. Right now I'm actually doing better than ever numbers-wise. This is actually the first year that I officially joined the Goodreads reading challenge. I set a goal of 50 books and I actually hit that goal on the last day of August. So I'm on track to read the most books that I've ever read in a year. However, I've only given 1 5-star rating this year, not including things that are essentially rereads, and it was for a novella. And I'm so happy and I'm so glad that I've had at least 1 5-star rating, right? But for me, a 5-star novella doesn't really carry the same weight as a 5-star novel. And if we look at the data, I actually haven't had a 5-star novel since August of 2018, and that is horrifying to me. I think I've talked about this in one of my wrap-ups, how I feel like this is the year of the 4 but not 5-star rating for me, because again, I'm on track to have more 4-star reads than ever before. I've given out so many 4-star ratings, a couple of 4.5-star ratings, but since August of last year, I guess, I haven't read a novel or a nonfiction that has that extra something, that extra kick for me to give it a 5-star rating. And the longer I go without that banner 5-star read, the more that I realize that it's those reads that motivate me to keep reading, keep being excited about books. What I think is especially frustrating for me here is that last year I made a video called my year of reading front list, and in that video I talked about how last year was the first year that I ever really paid close attention to new releases and to front list, and how it really paid off for me last year. In 2018 I had more 5-star ratings than I ever had in any year before, and most of those 5 stars were new releases. So basically in this video I just talked a really big game about how I was like really getting lucky with these like front list picks, and how I had maybe like turned a corner in my reading life, or how I was planning to continue to put a focus on front list. And I have kept most of my focus on front list for 2019, but it's just not paying off for me the same way that it did last year. And don't get me wrong, because I've really enjoyed a lot of the front list that I've read this year, but just like I said, none of them so far have had that extra something that a 5-star read has to me. So I'm a little frustrated. I'm of course grateful that I'm at least enjoying what I'm picking up for the most part, but it's really those 5-star books that kind of keep me going, I think. So I'm just a little disappointed in how this year is kind of shaping up for me. I don't think I'm gonna do an August wrap-up. I don't really have the energy to, honestly, and it's way overdue at this point. What I do want to do is just quickly talk about kind of a hit and miss from August, the highlights, so to speak, because somewhat ironically I did actually have a book that I really enjoyed in August. But we will start with the miss from August, just kind of get the negative out of the way. Unfortunately, I did not really enjoy Jean Kwok's Searching for Sylvie Lee. This was disappointing not only because this was one of my most anticipated releases of 2019, but because I also met her at BookCon and she was the sweetest person. But this was meant to be kind of a gritty family drama about a younger sister searching for her overachieving older sister who has gone missing while living in the Netherlands. And I think that my main problem here was that this is just not her genre, I don't think. My favorite book of hers is called Mambo in Chinatown, and it really strikes the perfect balance between being fun and kind of romancy and also having some darker themes and having some more deeper topics. This was much more head first into trying to be a more literary family drama, and it just didn't work for me. I didn't really enjoy the writing, I wasn't really connected to the plot. The whole thing just felt like it was trying really hard to produce something that didn't come naturally. So this was kind of unfortunate, but I am interested to see where she goes from here and what genre she decides to stick with, because like I said, I just think that this wasn't really her genre, but we'll see. The other book from August that I want to talk about is probably my favorite novel of 2019 so far, and that is The Love Song of Johnny Valentine by Teddy Wayne. I haven't officially hauled this yet, but I was so excited to get to it because Teddy Wayne is actually the author of Loner, which was one of my favorite books from last year. Loner was extremely and purposely uncomfortable and poignant, so I was really hoping that despite this cover, which I think makes it out to be something that it's definitely not, I was hoping that this would have kind of a similar energy or a similar vibe, and it basically did exactly that. This is about an 11-year-old pop star named Johnny Valentine, and it basically puts under a microscope the whole concept of child stars. This is entirely from Johnny's perspective, and in some ways, in a lot of ways actually, he's very much like every conceivable 11-year-old boy. However, he is constantly thinking of himself as a product. He's hardwired to think about his own existence as for other people's consumption, and it is terrifying. Just like Loner, it was pretty palpably uncomfortable, as you can imagine, kind of darkly comedic, and Teddy Wayne just did such a good job of exploring this character and this unique perspective. It made me think a whole lot, it made me cringe a whole lot, and I just loved this. I think Teddy Wayne could become kind of a favorite author just because I'm finding that what he does so well. So I'm excited to have not quite a 5-star read, but at least one novel that I'm pretty excited about. But that's just kind of what's been going on with me. Definitely let me know if you've ever gone through anything like this. Was it a you thing? Was it just the books that you were picking up? Let me know. And thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you very soon. Bye!